realizing you guys can't hear me because my headphones aren't in. Um, just wanted to make sure my wood stove was going for the little dog, so she's nice and comfy. So here's the deal today. This morning Dragon, what's up? We're gonna trim some stuff. I'm gonna trim these little bud vases that I made the other day during a private, like a group lesson thing. It's pretty nice, honestly. Let's really hope that the Wi-Fi works today. I'm not even gonna try to turn on TikTok today and see if maybe me just not even attempting to have 2 phones is gonna be better for our Wi-Fi. So, hell yeah. You psyched? You pumped? You ready for it? Am I getting sick? Maybe. I've been teaching kids and they just climb all over you and they're just gross and slobbery and just like, ugh. So I would not be surprised if I'm getting sick. Here's the big thing. So today is going to be the last morning, Sydney. Um, yeah. Well, yes, today's gonna be the last working day for making anything. That means we're gonna make and trim everything that we're gonna do today, and then we're done until we have to make for the December firing. So we have a bunch of bud vases. We have a big sake bottle trim. I think we're gonna make a footed teapot, a footed cup, with little feetsies, out of porcelain, maybe one more double-walled cup. I have, salmon were stocked 2 days ago or yesterday, or they're in the river in the pond and the rivers now. So I wanna go catch a fish later, and I have to teach at Montessori later as well and take a bunch of kids hiking, and then I also have a private lesson today right before that. So we don't have a ton of time, but we're gonna try to get as much as we can do. I'm gonna fire my kiln in like a week, or a week and a half. I didn't I like it's the 24th of September already. I didn't even realize it. So anyway, they are. Mhm. So anyway, I just like we have a lot to do today, and I'm really hoping my Wi-Fi stays up so you guys can be here with me for it. Um, but this will be the last day. Then we're gonna start working on glazing and wadding and making pedestals and getting rest of the stuff fixed. And yeah, but we finally have enough stuff to be firing. So, what's up, Carlin? Oh, how'd it go? I've never tried to make one before. How was it? I am gonna move you guys a little bit closer because my eyesight's horrible, and I want you guys to actually be see what we're doing. I even might put you over my shoulder in a second. So I made like 20 of these. Um, they're not gonna be the best trim job that we've ever done. These are these like quick ones that we're gonna not really glaze, that we're not really gonna be glazing or doing anything to. Oh, hold on, you guys, my brightness is down. Give me a sec. I was wondering why it was so hard to see you on my phone. It was the brightness was like 20%. Mm. So off to a good start is what you're saying. I like it. So I like to hear. Where are my trimming tools? Where's my tea? Where's everything? Everything is just all over the place. I'm gonna try to turn some music on real quick. Amanda, how are you? Okay, cool. I'm curious if you do it again, what you think if it doesn't fall. Chaos? I'm sorry. What kind of chaos are we talking about? Oh my God, Margaret, how are you? Oh, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's nothing serious. Cool. So that's all the trimming we're really going to be doing for these really quick, you know. Mm, I'm sorry. And I'm assuming the day just started too. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm all right, Margaret. Today, like I was saying to everybody, today's the last working day that we have for making things, and then we're going to be swapping over to glazing and making wadding and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I bet. Oh yeah, it totally could be an ornament. If we had put a hole through the bottom of it, you could hang it upside down as an ornament. The only thing is, these are heavy. I don't think you would actually want to do that because they're like really heavy. I did not throw these with care. We're just trying to these are like again, like gonna be low price point vases. Yep. Agreed. What'd you do in the gardens last night? Right on, that's awesome. Well, that sounds like a much nicer time than trying to get your pots to dry faster than they want to. Oh my God, I can barely speak English. I'm afraid I can't understand anything else. Really deep feet. But yeah, in theory, I think these wood could be really cool ornaments, as said. I just put a hole through there, but even when these shrink, these are gonna be like a million pounds. Nice. A literal, I'm not even, it is a literal million pounds. I'm not even being, God, I haven't had enough tea or done enough stuff this morning to make good quips. You know, not a quippy morning yet. So I don't know if you guys saw. What's up, Nicholas? No, it's an airport. My folks are obsessed with this airport for some reason. They just like they love everything about it, and so they like purposely try to fly out of it all the time if they can. Um, and then they buy weird airport paraphernalia for it. Exactly, Sydney. Thanks, Swa. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't have it in me at the moment. TWA. I think it's in like Kentucky or something. I think it's TWA. Yeah, TWA. There. I think it says it right there in red. Like how much of me is tea? I'd say like 84% of my bodily fluids are tea at this point. But I've only consumed a singular sip this morning, and so my body is lacking the proper nutrition to function. What's up, Damien? But yeah, these would be really cool ornaments. Hmm. If there's one that's particularly light, we'll turn it into an ornament. Like on average, how much of my body is tea? That's a great question. I'd say like 70% of the time, my body's 40% tea. I'd say that's what I say. It could be. Is it just TWA at JFK? They love that. I mean, literally every time they go to this airport, I end up with a hat or a shirt or pants that are or whatever. Let's see. Well, I consume at minimum, at very minimum, 64 ounces of puer a day. Uh, and then at maximum, I've been consuming up to recently, let me do the maths on this. 192 ounces of puer in a day, and then on top of that, a bunch of oolong and some white tea and stuff. So most of my fluids are tea at this point. Was it really? What was the movie about? Sounds good, Sydney. You're great. See you soon. Oh, also, I think I fixed the membership thing. If anybody wants to join our little private Discord, I believe the link is now working. So if it's not, please let me know. But it should be. Again, I was unaware that I had to change it every week. Still new to me. I like these. They're so stupid looking. These are like high feet little cuties, right? 25 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. I don't know. Probably 25 bucks though. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. And that checks in with my folks' tastes. So I'm taking the kids out for an adventure today, but the thing is it's raining and um I'm gonna take them out anyway, but I'm curious what you guys think. How many of these children packed raincoats? They all knew they were doing outdoor club, but how many do you think actually packed a raincoat for today? Most of the time they can't remember to pack shoes. And so they're hiking in Crocs, which, again, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I almost exclusively wear natives with and ones I'm wearing right now are a beautiful pink color. So like I hike in these too. So I can't really talk much, but they're children and they're slow. So I feel like better shoes would be better for them. But yeah, there's 12 of 11 of them. So 2 out of 11. Okay, okay. Yeah. Was there a stick poking through my shoe? So, uh, yeah, I think you're right. I think about 2 of the 11 will actually be repaired today. I'm gonna make them hike in the rain. Um, I don't know, unless the school wants me to do something different, I don't really know. Oh, gotcha. I've never hiked in Crocs before. Um, for some reason, I don't think I would, but I don't mind these shoes. They're, like, the perfect studio shoe, um, because they can get wet, and if you if they get gnarly, just throw them into the washing machine. And they're also great for fishing because they're rubber. It's wonderful. It's like I'm just ready to go at all times of the day. So like I said, we have about 20 of these little doozy what's its to do, and then we'll switch over to our big sweet boy, big fat sake bottle vase thing. And then I'm gonna wedge out some clay and we're gonna make 3 pieces. We're gonna make it, let's see, it's 10 o'clock. I think I have time to do that. We're gonna make a teapot with feetsies, um, a cup with feetsies, and a double-walled cup with lack thereof feetsies. All of them out of porcelain, so we gotta get some clay for that. I have enough black clay stuff, I'm bored of it. So as far as the porcelain goes, is there a specific color that you guys would be interested in seeing more of? I was originally planning on doing just like a disgustingly dark, like cobalt blue for most of the porcelain, but would you guys prefer like a lighter blue? Like a more like robin egg blue instead? What's the vibe we're going for here? I don't have a good green dragon. Otherwise, I would do green, but I don't have a good green. And since this is the last firing of the year, I don't really want to do all or nothing. on a uh, so do I have any options? So here's one of the options for one of the blues, just out of curiosity what you guys think. I don't have many examples of color in my studio at the moment, so but this is this is one of the glazes. It's called Ayumi. That's just a single layer of glaze. This is what I would kind of consider the Robinegg, and it blushes red and stuff like that. It's a really cool glaze. Um, so this is a contender. And then the blue that I was talking about, like the dark blue, is this, which is a really cool blue. Um, and it does a lot of this like cool beading and pitting and stuff like that. It's a really beautiful blue. So this was the blue I was originally going to do mostly of, um, which is a glaze called Willy Helix, but I replaced the oxides. It's too much work. I don't have enough time, Swa. We're really picking one glaze, and then the other one that is a contender is it's covered in glaze, but this is turquoise Uribe, which is really nice. It is a green technically, so I guess oh hell yeah. Um, and it's the only examples I have. I have Caribbean too, which is a beautiful like turquoise, matte turquoise. Maybe we can use two, or maybe we can do two or three. I gotta also see what ingredients I have. Ayumi requires petalite, and I don't know how much petalite I have left, so I might not even be able to make it. You like the Ariba the best? Okay. 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 Then you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna get a example for you guys later on of each one of the glazes that come on, buddy, center for me. That's not going. I don't care. Each one of the glazes that we're talking about, and we can do like a full, like actual decision making process. Yeah, the matte turquoise is cool. Um, you guys probably can't see things on a phone, right? I assume you can't see a picture. We're gonna try anyway, though. So, so this is the really pretty side. Can you guys see that at all? That's the really pretty side of Caribbean. You probably can't see that at all. And the yellow there is just the wood ash. That was a refried one. Hmm. I don't want to do Walt. The blue is cool. This is, can you guys see this blue at all? I don't know if that blue's coming out in the video, but this is a really, really beautiful blue. And I think this is a glaze called matte blue green. So I might try to make that. Whatever, we'll figure this out. Today's not the day. We got to focus on actually making. But we do want some cool colors. I was planning on doing some pink this time, but I don't think I'm going to. We did orange, pink, yellow, all that kind of stuff the last couple firings, and I'm over it already. I'm not over it. I love it. I think I need more variation. And on a marketing standpoint, I think it makes sense to not be doing the same thing every single firing because then it creates a scarcity. Because you never know when one of the glazes is going to get used again. So it's like if you want it, you can't just wait till the next firing situation. Again, none of these are gonna get glazed at all. They're just gonna sit in the kiln and be cute and hopefully look okay. I just went through this one. Cool. I guess I could patch it. It's a little $20 vase. Do we care enough? The nice thing about a patch on a vase that's a bud vase is you're not gonna be able to see the inside anyway. So kind of nice. Oh damn, I should have done that. I already patched it. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. On autopilot, you know? But now it's a cute little white base as a white foot. None's the wiser. Honestly though, I don't know if I can turn any of these into ornaments because they're all really heavy. I mean, like even after drying, these would just your um your tree would just like flop over. I think I'd have to go in with the actual ideology of making an ornament, which we certainly could do at some point if you guys would like. Not for this firing though. Unless you want to not do a teapot and do those instead. Not do the double wall cup, not do the teapot, and just do a couple ornaments. But there is a December firing, so I'm not signing these either. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. Um, I think my style at this point is recognizable enough that I don't need to sign something. And if you're buying it directly from me, I don't think I need to sign it. I'll sign the more expensive stuff. Oh, double sneeze. Man, oh man. Maybe I am getting sick. These darn kids. They're just so gross. All germ balls. Ugh. Thank you. Really can't afford to get sick though. There's too much to do in the next couple weeks. I can get sick after October on October 20th, I'm allowed to be sick, but up until that point, I can't be sick. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's super gross. Yeah, I, uh, I just need to go to bed earlier and as you say, Swa, I need to drink some more water and whatnot. I think I was up kinda late last night. White tea good for colds, Dragon? I got some plum something or other from Brendan the other day. It's not my favorite white tea, but it's nice. Huh. God, Amanda, what are you doing? What are you doing, Amanda? My goodness. All right, we're almost done. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more to go. I do like how simple these are, though. It's kind of nice to just like knock stuff out. I did these the same day I did the little cups for that tea tasting event that I'm doing on the 16th. Oh, so I was looking at dates this morning on when I could fire my kiln. I'm firing the soda kiln the 28th, 29th of this month, so very soon. And then um, I was like, when do I fire the other stuff? And I keep agreeing to do a bunch of things. I'm teaching 2 days at Montessori, and then I have uh, one. I teach. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five private lessons throughout the week, and then I also agreed to do some stuff, more stuff for Montessori for their outdoor ed stuff. Um, and so I just like trying to find 2 days, and then here's the thing: is I could potentially do a Friday into a Saturday for a firing, like we load a Friday and then fire a Saturday. But the buddy that I have who helps me fire kilns, um, he is usually not in town on weekends. He's usually into the city on the weekends, so I have to figure out it can't be a weekend, and then it has to be 2 consecutive days, so it could be like it could be a we load Sunday after I'm finished teaching and then fire Monday, I think is, like, the only option I have at the moment. Um, And it all has to be done before the 18th. Like, it has to be unloaded and all that before the 18th. Takes 4 days to unload, for it to cool down, and takes a full day of unloading. There's at least a full day or 2 of grinding. Um, so there's a lot of work to be done. So I'm struggling figuring out when I can actually get this thing fired. I'm hoping that I hear back from my buddy when we end this video. I have my phone on do not disturb, so I don't know if oh, yeah, I have 2 phones, though. Wonder if he texted me. No. Mm. Yeah, so I'm just struggling a little bit on timing here. I guess if need be, I'll just fire the whole kiln by myself. I'll load it by myself and fire it by myself. I don't want to do that, but, it's only 16 hours, so at 16 hours at most, so mm, I use my phone calendar to do it because I just have too much going on right now, but I'm really struggling to figure out 2 dates because then on top of that, I have a friend who wants to put some work in. She's in the city, so kinda cute like that. So we're just gonna keep that spline off the base. So I'm trying to get but she can't fire until this week, so I can't start loading anytime soon. Plus, it's supposed to rain for the next 5 days or 6 days, so I don't really wanna be loading in the rain. We also don't even have the word glazed or fired or bisqued or anything yet, so, like, I'm getting a little overwhelmed, to be honest, about, like, what needs to get done for this before we can actually do the next thing, and then trying to coordinate people. Like, until I owned my own wood kiln, I never realized how much extra work goes into it. I thought I knew. I thought I conceptually knew because I saw people doing things and I talked to people about things, but it's just like I can't tell you how much extra work there is and how much extra like little money things that you have to put in and do every single firing. It is so much extra work. It's like literally a week of nonstop prep before you get people even to the studio to do stuff. Um, it's a lot. And if I have energy, it's simple. If I don't, it's a lot. Thanks, Swat. Appreciate you. Honestly, it's not super helpful unless people know the specific so wood kilns aren't translatable as far as, like, firing goes. Like, you get the basic concept of how to fire a kiln, um, but it's actually, harder to teach someone than just to do it yourself, and the loading stuff isn't that bad. I only have to go a little bit, um, but I do appreciate it. It's like, when I had this group of people for the New England Woodfire Conference the other last year or a couple weeks ago, months ago, I don't know when it was. They were all spectacular, but I could not concentrate on the firing, and so they were all so eager to stare at the pyrometer the whole time that I was really having a hard time not stoking, because you can't just stoke constantly and expect temperature to rise. Uh, so it was just one of those things. It'll all be great though. It'll all work out. I'm just feeling it's getting this month went by really quickly, and I'm getting just like a little like, do we have enough? We do have enough work, but we just need to like get it ready to go now. I think we've made about I don't know how many pieces we've made, but maybe like 200 pieces or so. So we're definitely good. The last 2 firings, I didn't have enough work, so I just wanted to make extra this time. But actually, I'm just gonna do a quick count because I need to reset my thinking process at the moment. Um, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 42, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 52, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 62, 4, 8, 10, 12, 74, 6, 8, 82, 4, 6, 8, 92, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 110, 4, 6, 8, 112, 2, 4, 6, 8, 120, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 140, 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 50, 2, 4, 6. So we have 156 pieces made, which is pretty good. Sorry, I just needed to count and just reset my brain for a second. Mhm. 100%. Teaching someone how to do something is way harder than just doing it yourself, and it requires a lot more concentration and time and all that kind of stuff. And it's great, and I appreciate to no end. I get offers of help all the time from people locally and all that, and um, a lot of time I take them up on it if I'm in the right mind space. But so it's less work than I thought we had. So it's something to be said about that. But I think that's enough still. If as long as my buddy brings some of his work and my other friend, she brings some of her work, and then my student puts some work in, we should have enough. Is that we need like almost 200 pieces to fire the kiln. So I need to clean my wheel better. It is making atrociously loud noises, and it's like the whole point of this wheel is to be quiet. You have to. So here's the deal: you can't just like make however many pieces you want and put it in the kiln and hope to fire it properly. There's a certain amount of thermal mass that's needed between every single pot, and there has to be a density as well with the thermal mass. Otherwise, you'll never reach temperature. Um, and I like to fire quickly, which means I need dense, certain size pieces stacked tightly next to each other in a specific way. Otherwise, the firing would I could get there theoretically, but it would take double the amount of time. It would go from 9 hours to 18 hours to the first time I fired it, it took 32 hours. Um, no, 36. It was 36 hours the first time I fired it. Yeah. So it's just not like I designed this kiln around teaware related sized pieces. And so you can't just like put in a big bowl somewhere because if you put a big bowl in, then it's way less thermal mass than 7 little cups. So I think there definitely are. Yeah, I that was a long firing. Took 2.5 cords of wood, and, it was the first ever time I fired it. Not very efficient back then. Now it only takes about 9 hours if everything goes smoothly. But what happens is if I a lot of times if I open the kiln up to people, I specifically am like, "Hey, love for you to put something in, but it has to be a cup." It's a cup-sized thing, and then they keep trying to give me they'll be like, "Oh, can I put this in?" I'm like, "No, you can't put this in. This is not it's not equivalent in thermal mass to the cups, and the sizing is weird, and so the flow is of the flame is different, which means it's not gonna fire appropriately." It's kinda crazy how often I say, "Can you just bring that?" And they like a cup or a vase or whatever, and they bring that. Like, I get it. I love that you're trying to put that in. Mm. Alright, I'm getting bored of these. We have 2 left. People are not great at listening. I've learned just in every in is a mass generalization. I'm sure I'm not either. So we have to make about 3,000 grams of wadding as well, so, um, we might do that today, get that started, maybe? Maybe that's for tomorrow. Wadding doesn't take super long to dry. It just dries faster than most other things. So that would on a wet plaster bat, it should only take about an hour and a half to dry. And so to speed up the process, I'm gonna throw all of these into my oven tonight. Making wadding sounds like fun? Sorry, my brain is just all over the place right now. This one, no, it's still too heavy. Oh, yeah, it's great. What's up, Dima? How are ya? Okay, um, we don't need this at the moment, so I'm just gonna take this off. What's new? Anything thrilling, Dima? So next thing we need to do is give this a little bit of a trim while it's still on the bat. Oh, that's cool. Oh, hell yeah. Wait, I can't remember. Do you like snow, Dima? I don't wanna get too excited, you know what I mean? Yeah, they got a little bit bigger, eh? This is one of the smaller ones. I was just trying to do a bunch in one piece the other day. I think this was like 800 grams or 900 grams of clay. Yeah, totally fair, totally fair. Thanks. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is the 50% porcelain, 50% black clay wedged together. I don't know how many days I made this ago, but it's been so wet here the last like 2 days that it's just nothing was drying in my studio. Cool. I think that's all I really want to do. Same here, right? I think it'd be kind of cool. I think that's good for, I guess I can go down lower a little bit. We can deal with a lot of this on when it's upside down, but I guess why not just deal with it now to a degree? You can kind of see the striations of the porcelain in the bottom here a little bit better. Yeah, right? Ugh. Honestly, you know, it's a trouble for me right now is that we're working here, we have all this stuff to do, and all I can think about is going to catch a fish. I just want to go catch a salmon for olives so badly. I will. There's time for me to do it later today. Sadly, she can't actually join me today, but that's okay. We'll go tomorrow together. Pretty cute vase, eh? Yeah. Yeah. That's why the torch is great, you know? I never torched this guy, which is one of the reasons it's not, um, whatever. You guys know what I mean. Why it's still this wet. Boy, I'm brain dead today. Honestly, not for me because when I hyper fixate on things, and so, like, all I can think about is that thing until I'm d been doing it. Um, and so it'll be fine. I don't have the motivation for later is not doesn't really work for me. Okay. So we've trimmed everything we can right now. I can't trim the bottom of that because it's not dry enough at the moment. Let me move the vases out of the way, but let me show you what we did. And I'm gonna turn the camera. We're gonna wedge out some clay. Oh wait. Hold on. You know those double wall cups we were making yesterday? I decided to do a new pattern. I posted it to my Instagram, but I want you guys to look at it and tell me what you think because I love it. What do you think? How cool is this? Oh yeah, yeah. That happens. I'm excited to see you trim it. What do you think of the squares though? I really love this. I want to do more of these. I'm Yeah, right. I get like way too fixated on something and then I have to like if I like want to buy like a new knife or a new jacket or whatever it is, I do like 2 weeks of disgusting amount of research. It just like becomes my life for a couple weeks. It's not great. Yeah, I don't know why squares are doing it for me, but I'm feeling very squarey. Okay, let me put all of our pieces on a piece on a board on something. No, they're on a board already. Let me just move it. Okay, so hopefully I won't drop them all. So here are all the vases that we just trimmed. It's on kind of a messy board at the moment, but that's fine. I'm just gonna move these out of the way. So they're all upside down, but that's what we just trimmed. Kind of a nice array of little vases. I think it's gonna be really nice to have a lot of low cost items. I don't usually have things that are cheap ever. All of my stuff is relatively expensive all the time. And so I think this will be a nice addition. I really love this thing. Um, give this a nice trim down there. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Put this over there for now. Okay, now I'm not gonna move you guys because you're on a tripod and I don't feel like moving the tripod, but what I will do is I'll bring you over here for half a second. Oh, that would have been really cool. Oh, damn, that would have been really cool. Ah, whatever. All right, here's what we've been working on. This is the everything we've done in the last little bit. So we're doing three things. We're gonna do uh another double wall porcelain cup, but we're gonna have a black interior like Swa's just talking about because I think it's a super cool idea. A teapot with feet and a cup with feet. I'm just gonna wedge out a little bit of clay and we'll go from there. What is this? Is this my clay? Yeah. Okay. Silica sand. Okay. Double wall pot. The exterior I want to be porcelain, the interior I want to be black. And I want the same size as I did yesterday, which was what did we do yesterday? Was it 275 and 250 yesterday? Or was it 300 and 275 for these? That looks they're 123 grams right now before they've even finished drying. Let's do 270. No, we'll do 300 and 275. Okay. So this is double wall, and then teapot. We want teapot with feet and a mug with feet. So I think we're gonna do 300 milliliter or 300-gram teapot, 300-gram teapot, and then the mug will also be 300 grams. So everything will be 300 grams as a base. Okay, this can use later. Now I just have to find some black clay, and I need 250 grams of black clay. That's 400. What's this ball? No, we're gonna do 260. We'll do 270 for the interior. Get a little extra silica sand in there, because the silica sand has copper carbonate wedged in. Okay. Okay. Layer dragon. What's up, Sharp? Yeah, right. So I think it makes sense to do the cheaper bit. I'm tired. I'm tired, Sharp. I am. I just want to go fishing. But that's okay. All right. So we're doing three things today, and then we're done making. This is it. After today, we're no more making. Oh hell yeah! Post some photos. I want to see dragon. Throw them in the Discord too, please. Okay, so that's not centered. Yeah, we'll get back to making for the uh whatever firing, December firing. Okay. What's new with you, Sharp? Anything exciting, thrilling, spectacular going on? Um, I have a question for you guys. For the mug and the teapot, I don't know if you guys remembered, I used to do teapots that looked like this and were undulating and things like that, and then had feet. But what if we just make a round teapot that's round on the bottom and it has no foot, and then we add feet to it instead and do the same for a mug? What do you think about that? Oh, I forgot you were sick. I feel like I'm getting sick too. Oh, swa. How's your fit? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot. You guys are into the idea? I'm sorry, Swa. You ever had shrimp? Yeah, but now I'm teaching a bunch of lower elementary kids. I can't really afford to get sick right now, so we just have to hold through it. Okay, cool. I think it's gonna be a cool idea. I've never done it before, so we'll figure it out. Mm. Yeah, I gotta go get my new contacts today. I decided to go down a prescription. I went to the new optometrist a couple days ago, and the contacts I'm wearing right now, I'm just getting headaches all the time. I think the prescription's too strong. It's like everything's sharp and I can see everything. It's great, but I'm like really struggling. You you have like 70 shrimp, honestly. And I mean this in the best way possible, Swa. You look like someone who would own 70 shrimp. Um, I love shrimp so much. Agreed, Amanda. Oh no. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I think we're gonna start with just getting this double walled one, just parts of it done, and then we're gonna go from there. Yeah, I so we also went down on my glasses prescription because she was trying to get me some new glasses, and I was like, if I stand up right now, I'm gonna vomit. It was so intense. Yeah, totally fair. I've been wearing glasses since I was 3 or 4 years old, so I'm not losing anything. I've never had it. Though I was gonna have a lazy eye when I was a kid. That was the first reason I had glasses, and then I had something called convergence excess when I was in upper elementary. Now I'm just nearsighted. So good, as it should. Sabrina, it's totally dependent on what we're doing. If we're doing double wall pieces, I can only make like 4 or 5 a day. If we're doing little miniature bud vases, I don't know, knock out if I really want to, probably like 50 or 60 in a day, maybe more, but it really just depends. We don't go for quantity, we're doing quality over quantity for everything we're doing. Hi, hi. Yeah, yeah. Nope, I'm not a production potter, that's the big thing. I never want to be a production potter. I hope that I never have to be a production potter, but you never know. Mm. It makes such a big difference when you can actually see those sharp. It's so nice. Sabrina, do you do any pottery yourself? Totally fair. What's up, Jay? How are you? What's new? What's happening? Sabrina, some people think it's therapeutic. Might be fun to try at some point. I don't know if I necessarily think it's therapeutic or relaxing, um, but I also do it as a job, so I think there's that to it. Okay, I'm losing my mind. I need to get a tool. My student took it, and I thought I had an extra one, so I let her take it and put it in her box, but apparently not. Mm, it probably is a bad idea. Where are you located? Is there craft centers near you that you could take a lesson at? And again, I doubt, I said this yesterday, but, uh, I had my Clayway thing coming up in October, the, 18th, 19th, and I'm gonna be raffling off a 2-hour, private lesson session. It's like $5 a ticket or whatever. Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of stuff in Colorado, and I understand a lot of stuff going on. I'm swamped too. I had, like, a couple weeks of not having crazy things to do, and now it's just overwhelmingly busy. $5 raffle tickets. I may even open up online. If you Venmo me $5, throw it into the thing, throw it into the pool. I'll figure it out. You want to see this? This is a plate fired for 4 days in an anagama that my friend and I built many years ago. This kiln doesn't exist anymore though. Long gone. Hmm. Okay, so we did that. We can let that sit for a little bit and we can trim stuff later together. So next up, let's make the teapot body. Thank you. Appreciate it. I got three of them that are hanging behind me here. So I think we're gonna go for kind of just like, okay, here's the only deal if we do it like this. If we make a rounded bottom and then we do feetsies on it, is it just not gonna look like a pot-bellied stove, like a cast iron cup? Or is that something that we like the idea of? Again, the other option is that we can make a mug that looks like this and a teapot that looks like this. Good. So I guess would you guys prefer we switch styles and go to this style for a little bit or keep rounded? Because I'm a little worried we're gonna look like a cast iron pot if we just go rounded on the bottom. The cast iron pot bottom. Okay, we'll go rounded on the bottom then. See what happens. Okay, will do. Actually, we're gonna have it come back in on itself. I think that'll be nicer. Like a little bit of a wine glass at the moment. Kind of nice. Hmm. And then we'll just cut the rounded foot there and add feetsies to it. And we are going to torch these because, again, today's the last day to make stuff, so we need to make it to completion. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I appreciate that, Jay. Bye, Swa. Good luck with everything. Hmm. Mm. Jay, we're making a double wall cup, a teapot, and a mug. And then that's it for making, and then the next time you see me, um, we're gonna be working on glazing or wadding. What I will say is that the live streams are gonna become more infrequent now because I don't need to be making as much, which means I probably won't be in here doing as much. So just throwing that out there. Um, we do have to make these stupid little pedestal things to fire all of our cups upside down, but I'm just throwing that out there. That's just we're pretty much over after today, over the making part of the the process. Yeah, Dragon, no. Are you using just do you use those coralite shelves, or are you using like some kind of silicon carbide shelf? We'll figure out together, Jay. I'm not sure. Yeah, I love the smell of burning masonite. So good. Mm. That sounds good to me. No, your English is great. I just don't know a color though. We'll figure that out together um, in a couple days. Ouch. All right, now this one's going to be a teapot. Man, torch that too much. It happens. Oh, gotcha. That's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. Are cordite shells expensive in Ireland? Okay, sounds good, Sharp. Jay, you don't worry about it at all. I can barely type in general. I don't know if you've listened to me talk, but I can barely speak English, so you're doing better than I am. I think that's just the basic shape of this. No, you're all good, Sharp. Oh, I do, Jay. Don't you worry. Well, the rain is really coming down right now. All right, cool. I just kind of wanted this to look like I want them to look the same kind of. So this is going to be kind of like a set. I mean, you're speaking a different language. Sounds like your studies are better than mine. I haven't. No. I'm listening to Ghost Main right now. Switching it up, Amanda. That's the vibe that I need right now to wake me up. Keep me awake, you know? Dragon, welcome back. No, I bet it does, yeah. It's like, what did someone call it? Like soft metal? Which is a term I've never heard before. I'll definitely visit at some point. It'd be very cool, Jay. My mom lived, because my grandfolks lived there. They lived in Saudi Arabia for 20 plus years, many, 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 many moons ago. But Mm. Yeah, I'm sure I will at some point. Morocco? Have I ever been to Morocco? I don't think I've ever been to Morocco. Feel like I haven't been traveling a lot recently. I did tons of traveling when I was a bit younger. I don't. Tell me about them. Just shove that pencil right into my finger. Thanks. I don't. I know very little about any of those countries, to be honest. I'm steeped in ignorance, so if you feel like telling me anything, I'll listen. That'd be cool. I have an Instagram if you wanna send any photos. Be cool to see. Good. What are you not happy with? Is there anything specific that's just, like, not doing it for you? Gotcha. Why'd they put them on stilts? Did they think they were gonna, like, fall over, or what what was their reasoning, if you know? As a kid, no. I mean, I occasionally touched clay. I made a Charizard out of clay once when I was a kid, but not really. I really liked making, sculptures out of wire as a kid. That was mainly where my interest was. I didn't really start doing clay. I mean, I did a little bit of clay in high school, but doing clay in high school doesn't count. It doesn't mean anything. It's like I wish people would just stop telling me they did clay in high school and they want lessons, because it's like saying I've never done clay before. It's the same thing. It's not a whatever. Um, I didn't really do any of this until I was in my 20s. From from your goblets, or from something else? Mm, that's cool. No, I feel like as a kid, I mostly made things out of cardboard and metal. Yeah, I gotta love a good cardboard box. I see. Oh, students. Is it bad, or is it easily grind offable? Hmm. Yeah. Shay, how old are you? Are we around the same age, or are you older than me? Gotcha. Mm. You guys don't use kiln wash? Is there a reason behind that? I mean, it's just changed. I don't know if it's dead. It's the our I think the perception of an outdoor education is dying, but it is coming back to a degree. At least it's like at the school I teach, we do a forest program to get kids just to be outside and have self-reflection and motivation for a couple hours. And so it's like it is dead in the same way where it's like I remember as a kid, I was just allowed to go out into the woods and do whatever I wanted for hours on end. And that doesn't exist anymore. I totally understand that. But I think there is a pushback to bringing it back to that way of life to a degree, even though we have to go against all these different laws now that are, um, kind of hindering outdoor time. Gotcha. Sure. When's your birthday again? Princess, how are you? Hmm. My only, the positive is if you're using cordite, not a positive, but at least in the States, I don't know what they are in Ireland, they're only 35 bucks for a cordite shelf, whereas like a silicon carbide shelf is $120 per. That's the only silver lining that I see on that. Okay, that's right. Yeah, agreed, princess. Oh, really? You guys share a birthday? Hell yeah. Why does this feel thick? Hmm. Exactly, exactly. We're doing a double walled cup. We're doing a teapot and mug with feetsies. And today is our last day of making. And then we're gonna just be probably not streaming quite as much. And we're gonna be going back to just when we need to glaze and things like that. Oh yeah, we're doing those little baby feetsies. We're doing Swa's idea for the double walled one. So we're doing a black interior and porcelain exterior. Same early 90s, Jay. All right, we got to round these feetsies off because we're going to put feetsies on them. Hopefully these look okay. Come on, bud. So Princess, we decided to instead of doing this form, we're gonna just do a rounded base. It might look a little cauldrony, but we're gonna just do it anyway and see what happens. You should. That sounds awesome. Is that something you're striving to do? What did you study? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. It'll be ready before Halloween, so that's perfect. And I do think, as Dragon was saying, I think we should do the I think we should do ornaments for the winter. Needs to be a little bit lighter. People are gonna get all verstoddel at me. Heavy my 100-gram mug is. Mhm. All right. So it's a little heavy still, but that'll be fine. We'll add some feetsies on it, but that's our the mug part. We just have to. Hopefully, this is. I'm just gonna wet a spot right here because it's a little dry. So I'm a little bit worried about adding a handle, but I'll just make a wet spot. I keep forgetting to buy a new trimming tool every single time I come up here. It's driving me insane. Like I go into my house after a pottery session with you guys, and then I just totally forget because I just don't want to engage with pottery anymore. Oh, I forgot that I sold a bunch of pots last night. I also need to get to the post office before we'll have time to do all this. It's only 11:30. I think we have time. Actually, let me just check and see. I'm supposed to have this lesson today, but these these people aren't ever responding if they're coming or not. They were the no-shows from last week. God. But trying to schedule this wood firing is tough. I don't I just got my message from the buddy who's helping me, and it's not this is gonna be rough. There, Jay. Ooh, Butterbell sounds awesome. Um, I want a new loop tool, this loop tool here. Again, here, I just want you guys to see. So when you buy them, I don't know how you can see. Can can you see that at all? See how thick that is? And now look at how thick it's become. Can you see that? It's the same with the actually, it'll be easier to see on this bigger loop tool. So that's the normal thickness, right? That's what it is now. Did you see the difference? That's because I just wear the tool down so much, and it's the same on this tool, so it just doesn't do anything at the moment. They're great. Okay, cool. Now we have to connect the interior layer of this doodad. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gotten a new trimming tool. I just make do with what I got. Thanks, Angela. That's smart. Yeah, there are benefits to community groups, that being one of them. Um, I I haven't eaten anything this morning, and I'm noticing myself shaking a lot while we're working. So I think what I'm gonna do real quick is we're gonna cut this one off. We're gonna torch it, whatever, cut it off. And then I think I need to go and run and eat something real quick. Um, 'Cause the shaking's not great. So we need to finish all this stuff soon. So I'm not gonna be gone very long. Just give me like 20 minutes to just shove something in my face hole. And then we'll come back and finish everything. But I think the shakes are real, you know what I mean? So let's just cut this thing off. I'm gonna go do that, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this stuff up. Give me like 20, 30 minutes just to go eat something, and then we'll come back and finish everything out. Yeah, keep them in. Okay, you're right with me. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. You're great.